Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Mikaela and this is MIKMILL, a place where we get to connect with each other through practices of yoga, Pilates, and mindful practices as well. We are on day 5 of our 30 to 30 January challenge, and if this is your day 1, amazing. Big warm welcome to you. We've got 30 days of movement, a new class every day, and the classes are about 30 minutes or less, okay? And today is a 30-minute class. So we have a yin vin practice. This is half yin yoga, half vinyasa. And I'm gonna speak to the practices a little bit more once we're in it together, but essentially, the only prop that you might need or might wanna have close by is a pillow or a blanket. That's pretty much it. Yin yoga is more focused on big expansion and openness in the body, holding deep shapes, big stretches for a good amount of time. And then our vinyasa is more of like a fluid, smooth practice. We'll come into some standing shapes. We'll be grounded as well, but it will be continuous movement. You know me, and I love my music and I love making playlists for you. So I've linked one below in the comments. If you do want to follow along, you'll just press play on that playlist as soon as we hop on the mat together. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Your support means everything to me. I love showing up for you, and I love that you're here showing up for yourself. Okay, let's get started. Okay, my friend, I have a blanket right beside me just in case I want to use it throughout this practice. If you want to grab a blanket or a pillow, it might be a nice prop to have, but definitely not necessary. Just an option, yeah? I'm gonna hit play on the playlist if you're following along, and we are gonna get started with, you've got 2 options. I'm gonna give you 2 options. Our first shape can either be what's called a caterpillar. It's a seated forward fold, legs in front of you, hinging forward. Okay, if you want to target your hamstrings and a bit of your low back, then this is the shape for you. If you want something different, you can create a diamond shape with the legs, bottoms of your feet touch, knees open out wide, and then you'd forward fold from here. So this might target a little bit more of the outer edges of your hips. I personally feel it kind of right where my hamstrings meet my glutes, and then you do experience a bit of an openness in your low back as well. So you decide where you want to be. Legs straight out in front, or maybe that diamond shape. And then hinging, folding, lowering down. Let's start by taking a deep breath together. Inhale. Big exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Let the shape become passive, so there's no force, there's no push. If your spine is rounded, shoulders are rounded, amazing. Just letting your body land where it wants to be. Check in with your head and your neck. Really letting it drop, letting it hang so that you feel that openness in the back of your neck throughout that cervical spine. This practice is very slow on purpose. When we're experiencing and feeling our way through yin shapes, we hold them for a good amount of time. So it's a deep opening, a big stretch, and lingering in the posture for anywhere between 2 to 10 minutes. We're not doing a 10-minute hold today. But this gives your body the opportunity to expand at the deepest layer, so that connective tissue that sits right on top of your bone, right on top of your skeletal structure. Those are the muscle fibers that we're reaching today. And the only way to get to them is by lingering, by giving your body time. It doesn't happen right away, so it's a beautiful practice of patience, a beautiful practice of eliminating any thoughts or beliefs of instant gratification. If it feels okay for you to close your eyes, to go a little bit more inward and eliminate any visual distraction around you, go for it. Become a witness to your body melting
sinking, surrendering, giving yourself up completely to this moment in time, this moment with yourself. And just like that, we've already been here for about 2.5 minutes. So let's take one final breath in together. Stay in the shape as you exhale. And very, very gently start to lift yourself up. Roll out the shoulders. Good. And then close the legs up or bend the knees in if you had the straight leg variation. Okay, friend, can you meet me on your belly, all the way down onto your front body? And we're gonna get into the right shoulder, right side of your chest. So it's a shoulder roll over or a half wing. That right arm is gonna reach over to the right side. You can have it straight, palm of the hand is down, or a variation of a cactus shape arm. You'd bend your right elbow. It's gonna feel different in everyone's body. So you just decide on the variation that will work for you today and that will provide you that edge. Left hand beside your chest, bend your left knee, and then peel over onto your right hip so that the left hip is going to stack somewhat over top of the right. And then let your left forearm melt down. Let your head rest heavy. Take any wiggles or adjustments that feel necessary in order for you to be able to experience a bit of stillness here. And letting your body unwind. Breathing into that space where you feel the stretch the most. Is it closer to your chest, shoulder, bicep? Notice if you feel sensation in any other areas of your body. Notice how the target area is very clear, right? It's very obvious that we're in the right side of the chest, but where else does that sensation extend to? Recognizing that everything is all connected. With every deep breath that you take, and every exhale that empties out, you give your body permission to land, to be here, to experience, to observe. And if there is any thought of judgment sort of bubbling up to the surface, can you take a deep breath, rinse that away, and a reminder that right here, you are more than enough, and what you're giving yourself is enough, and it's beautiful to hop onto your mat and to explore practice that is a little bit slower. And there's a lot of power and strength that comes with slowing down mindfully, choosing to be here for you. Let's stay for 5 more deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, soft sigh. 4 more, breathe in. And out. This is 3, inhale. And exhale. Last 2. And last one. Amazing. Please be gentle with yourself to come out of this shape slowly, easily, landing on your front body, maybe letting your head rest into that left hand. And we move right over to the left side. So go ahead and reach your left arm over to the left side. Maybe that half T shape or that cactus shape. Right hand beside your chest. Bend your right knee and gently peel over onto that left hip. Right hip might stack somewhat over top of the left, and then let that right arm melt down. Let your head rest comfortably. It doesn't really matter what variation you have of the legs, because the focus is on the upper body, the left side of your chest, left shoulder, feeling it into your left bicep. So legs can be straight, one knee can be bent, one leg can be long, or both knees can be bent. You decide where you can land comfortably. One thing that comes up for me quite a bit in the practice of yin is I have moments where my mind is like, okay, we're still here. Okay, I think I want to come out of it. It's a little bit uncomfortable. It's a pretty deep stretch. But in those moments, I decide to take a deep breath instead and see if my body can actually soften a little bit more and just kind of pull myself out of those patterns that I have in the mind of wanting to go, wanting to do, right? Go, 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 do, do, do. And instead just trusting, reminding myself that it's okay to be still here. And if you haven't taken a deep breath in a little while, I encourage you to do so. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. We'll do 5 more breaths just like that for our last bit of time in this shape, this half wing. And stay focused on those deep inhales and full exhales. You've got about 2 more. And last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Nice work. Find your way back to your front body. Take a moment to pause, noticing and feeling the sensation moving through that left side of your body. And then bring your hands beside your chest and gently press yourself on up. Come to a seated position and bring your feet out in front of you. Okay, now we're going to create a bit of a fire log. So that left leg, left shin is going to be down, and the right ankle is going to come on top of that left thigh. Make sure it's just above the knee. Okay, you can see how high my right knee is compared to, or how high it is away from my left leg. I got a lot of tension in my glutes. That's totally fine. I'm going to use my blanket just to support this leg a little bit. Okay, if my arms were your legs, you're trying to go for this kind of shape, like a little bit of a square. And we're not in this one for too long. This can be pretty uncomfortable, quite edgy for some people. You can stay tall. You can also find a little hinge forward. Ooh, see where that sensation travels to. Close the eyes and breathe. I've got a little bit of a quiver, tiny little bit of a shake going on in this right leg. Those muscles are just opening up. Big, big expansion. It's so, so good for us to explore these postures of yin so that blood flow can move deeply and through those connective tissues. Notice if your mind is traveling somewhere other than where it is right now, right? If you're thinking about what's happening for the rest of your day or what you have yet to do, or if you're thinking about something that happened yesterday, 5 minutes ago. A beautiful practice is to scan your body, noticing how the shoulders feel, noticing how the back body feels, the obvious section of your right glute that we're getting into, right? Take a scan. Give your body the attention that it deserves by just focusing on it, breathing into it. If you're hinging forward, maybe you melt a tiny bit more. Only if it feels right. 3 more breaths on this side. Big breath in. Big breath out. And last one, inhale. And exhale. Good. And again, gently shifting out of this, lifting up, tall spine. Help that right leg out. Hold on underneath of the knee. Remove a prop if you have it. And then just gently place the right foot forward, left foot forward. You can hang out here or maybe a little windshield wiper of the knees. If it feels a little stiff, it's a good sign. It means you got right into those deep spaces. Awesome job. Let's do the other side. So right leg, right shin is going to come down. Help that left leg out. Left ankle comes on top of that right thigh, and make sure it's just above the knee so you're not resting your ankle on your knee or it's not sliding down inside. Okay, really want to try and find that stack. If you've got a big lift like I do, support your skeletal structure. That's what the prop is here for. So it's not necessarily making the shape more gentle and more like restorative. This is just holding your body, your skeletal structure, so it feels safe. Your muscles feel safe to release. Okay, we're trying to explore that edge. That's what yin is all about. Diving deep into that edgy sensation. Maybe a little hinge forward if that's where you want to be today. One side of the body might hold a completely different story than the other. So without judgment or comparison, just observation, notice how this side feels. Is it similar? Is it different? Accepting where you're at today. Wiggle out the jaw and soften the space between your eyebrows. Sometimes when we enter these deep shapes, we clench or tighten other areas of the body. It's a response to that kind of uncomfortableness that's happening. Right? Our bodies are so interesting. It's so incredible to witness what happens and to just have that thought of softening, surrendering, and then seeing how your body responds to that thought instantly. But then this is where it becomes a practice, because you have to constantly draw yourself back towards yourself, draw yourself inward, a deep listening. and trusting that things will unfold with time. Whether you're listening to the playlist or you don't have any music playing, use that tool of sound, whether it's the playlist or your breath, to stay focused on this present moment for your last 3 slow breaths, maybe a little bit more of a hinge forward. Inhale and exhale. Last 2. And last one, breathe in and breathe out. Alrighty, come on up slow and just remove your prop if you've got it. Hold on under that left leg, help it out. Be very gentle with yourself. Maybe feet out in front and a little windshield wiper of the knees side to side. Good. If you're not here, take your time, but we are going to hang out here for a little bit. Shifting into a little bit of a flow. So just gently windshield wiping knees side to side, hands behind you. Good. Drop the knees over to the left side. Hold. Press into your hands. Find a lift of the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Shift the knees over to the right side. Press into the palms of the hands. Lift the chest. Open up across the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Bring the legs back to center and then extend the legs out long right in front of you. Arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Hinge forward, forward fold just for a moment and then ripple all the way up. So round your spine. Head is the last to stack and then arms lift up. Breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward, fold. Kind of moving like a wave, rolling up, vertebra by vertebra, head lifts, arms lift, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Good, roll all the way up, friends. Arms reach up overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands come on down. Bring your hands behind you. Walk them back, walk them back. Have your fingertips pointing towards your butt cheeks. Now a little bend of the elbows if you'd like. Bring the feet in. Good. You don't want them right under the knees. Give yourself a little bit of a space. Press into your hands, press into your feet. Try to lift the hips up. Roll the shoulders down and back. Good. Root it into all 4 corners of your feet. You got it. Hold one breath. Inhale. And exhale. Yeah, gently lower your seat down and then bring the legs back and behind you. Meet me in a tabletop position. Good. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and wiggle your knees out just a little bit wider than your hips. Right hand comes at center. Inhale, reach your left arm up and open, twist to the left side. Exhale, weave your left arm behind your right, left shoulder and left ear come down to the mat. Creating some space between the shoulder blades, feeling a bit of a rotation through your spine. Take one breath here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Press into your right hand. Lift and twist back open to the left side. Left arm reaches up and left hand comes down right at center. Other side. Right arm lifts up. Twist to the right side. Exhale, weave that right arm behind your left, right shoulder and right ear come down to the mat. Keep those hips stacked over the knees. Take one intentional breath, send it into the upper back between the shoulder blades. Big exhale. Nice work. Press into the left hand, reach the right arm up and open, twist to the right side, breathe in. Exhale, right hand comes on down. Now stay in your tabletop, but just start to move your body around. So maybe big circles with the hips, maybe moving through some cat-cows. Let your head and neck move with the motions of your spine. Take a big breath in And a big breath out. Oh, so good. Okay, now come to center. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, reach them back, downward facing dog. Maybe a little pedal of the heels, shake out your head. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, find length in your spine. Exhale to fold and release. Inhale to stand up and rise. Reach up, gaze up, get tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Take another halfway lift. Breathe and shoulders slide away from the ears. Exhale, hands come down and walk the hands forward, coming into a high plank. Your hips are right in line with the shoulders. Always that option of dropping down to the knees. Hold for 3. Hug the rib cage in, it's 2. Now lower down halfway or all the way, you choose. Inhale to lift your chest, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and reach them back, downward facing dog. So good, friends. Take a really deep inhale and a big exhale. Gaze forward and walk to the top of the mat. Forward fold, let your head drop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Good. Inhale to rise all the way up, reach up, gaze up. Now stay right here. Arms are staying right up overhead. That's it. Awesome. Bring your right knee up to 90 degrees and hold. Just hold. Grounded heavy into that left foot. Cross your right ankle over your left. Good. Stay right here, or maybe bend that left knee. Hands come right into the chest. Good. It's like a figure 4 chair. Just for a moment. Flex that right foot if it feels okay. Big breath in. Big breath out. How does this feel after we've explored the yin shape where we opened up in a very similar way? Now rise up, right knee comes up to 90 degrees, reach, 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 and right foot down, arms melt down. Other side, arms up, left leg up to 90 degrees, reach, reach, reach. Push the floor away with that right foot. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. You can totally stay here. Or maybe you start to bend your right knee, hinge the hips back, hands can come right in front of the chest. A figure 4, Utkatasana, chair pose. Press into your right big toe. I promise it's gonna help with a bit of that stability. Inhale and exhale. Rise up into that right leg. Left leg comes up to 90 degrees. Reach. And exhale, left foot down, arms melt down. Tadasana, mountain pose. Maybe eyes closed. Take one deep breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale, plant the hands, step it back to your plank, and then lift the hips up, reach them back, downward facing dog. Good, one full breath here, inhale. And exhale. Gently come on down to your knees, take them nice and wide, big toes to touch. Hips back to your heels, forehead melts down, landing in your child's pose. Little micro bend in your elbows so that you're completely softening. 3 deep breaths here, letting your belly expand as you inhale, letting your hips feel a bit heavier as you exhale. And giving yourself just a bit of time to integrate your practice today. And if staying here for a little bit longer is what you need, please do so. Give yourself that time. Whether it's hanging in this child's pose or finding a seated meditation or lying on your back for Shavasana. You get to decide. You're always in control. It's always your choice when it comes to your practice. Otherwise, if you're finishing up with me, gently peel all the way up. And thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you trusting me to guide you through your practice. So good to mesh and mold and mix up the yin with the vinyasa, starting in those slow, deep shapes and then feeling a bit of a smooth, sweet flow. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow for the next day of our challenge. Have a lovely day.